Hey everyone, my name is Raven and today we're going to be doing a TinTops race at TeamSport Bristol. Now, the format for this is as follows. You have a 15-minute qualifying followed by a 15-minute race. Then the results of that 15-minute race are reversed, so you get someone who starts at say 16th, wink wink, gets to go first, and that race is 25 minutes. Now, without further ado, let's get into the action.
Here we are then at TeamSport Bristol, and this car was quite strange, as I noticed here. Yeah, so the throttle cable in this car was pretty awful. It was sticking quite a lot, so I have to basically tap the accelerator whenever I want to. As you can see here, that's me trying to figure out what I want to do with it, me tapping it. So I noticed it's quite slippery, and we're just doing an outlap here. And now in front of me there is Cam, who is a friend of mine, and we sometimes meet each other at Bristol here. And yeah, at the moment it is yellow, but as we come to the top here, we're still trying to figure out what the grip situation is like, and as we come here, it is a red flag. Here we are at the fastest lap I did in the quality session, and let's see what I did. So I got a pretty clean and tidy exit out from this corner, and now as we go through the timing line and into the Mickey Mouse section, I had a pretty horrible entry as I was sliding rather than conserving my momentum. But anyway, down to the hairpin, I did some pretty soft braking here as I was trying out a new technique, which didn't quite work out as I have now since gone faster. But anyway, here we go. Into the right-hander here. I get a pretty weird entry and exit because, yeah, as you saw, I basically had to lift off. But my entry and exit to these two hairpins is actually pretty alright. But anyway, get a pretty okay exit, and I hit the barrier on exit there, and that is the lap, a 39.6. And here we are at the start of the first race here, and we are off. Here we go then for lap 1 of race 1. Here we are starting on the outside here. I lift off here and allow one person to go through on my inside. I try to go around the outside here. It doesn't really quite work as everyone's just squishing into each other here. I slightly clout the barrier there on the inside. But anyway, as going to the hairpin, someone launches it down the inside, and now I've lost 3 positions. Almost. I echo my statement. So here we are following behind our, what will soon to become our arch nemesis here at TeamSport Bristol tonight. Now I go for a really wide out-swinging line here. Doesn't quite work as I should have gone for the inside. But anyway, we try make a place down here. Actually works, and we squeeze them off, and that is first lap completed of race 1. A couple of laps later here, I contradict myself. And then as we come up to the inside, there are 2 people on my outside, and there we go, a 2-place overtake on lap 5 of race 1 here at TeamSport Bristol. Next up here at the hairpin, I get punted by this lovely individual, and I do some hand gestures to show that I'm not having it, but he sticks to the inside here and squeezes me off into the guy behind me. And I have to defend from him now and also try and get my place back. Next lap, and after I try a particularly adventurous line through Mickey Mouse, the guy on the inside just squeezed me into the wall, and this is what I have to say about him. Now, pretty strong words, but at this point I was really frustrated as I thought I was pretty slow. So, yeah, on to the next bit. A couple of laps later here, and I try a very interesting braking point here at the hairpin, but that actually nets me some good results here as I go up the inside of the guy here, and I can make it stick, but because I am a idiot, I leave the inside completely open, and there he goes. Now I have to try and get that place back again. 10 laps later here, I catch to the guy in front, and he gets held up, so I go down the inside, and I just squish myself into the barrier. So that was really good. Here we are 6 laps later, and we finally caught up to the back of the pack again. And here we are. So I get a way better exit from the hairpin than they do, and that is another 2-place overtake. 2 laps later here, coming down to the hairpin, and I spin. Now, as I'm re-entering, I decided to go right into buff this guy, have to correct the last second to make sure I don't murder him, and now I'm stone dead last. Here we are then, crossing the line, and we finished in P16. In other words, stone cold last. Well, at least that means we'll be able to start from the front, but it's a pretty disappointing finish. Here we are then at the start of race 2. Waiting for the lights to go out, and it is green. And here we go off the line, and we're immediately trying to protect the inside line here, as that is critical for Bristol. And as we go through Mickey Mouse, no one seems to be diving down our inside. And now into the hairpin, we're very cautious. No dive bombs. This seems pretty promising here. And as we arrive now into the right-hander, no one's gone up our inside. And into the 2 hairpins, no one's gone up our inside as well. So this is really promising. We could, in theory, win this race here after finishing last in race 1. Coming through the hairpin here, we get a pretty awful exit, and there's the guy who squeezed us last time. Now, he is going to be a real pain in the ass this race, but anyway, he overtakes me for P1 and I have to settle for P2 behind him, and let's try and overtake him. Here we are, we've caught up to him. Now through the right-hander, I get a better exit. Into the hairpin, I get a better entry and exit here, and we are going to dive down the inside. Side by side. He tries to squeeze us into the wall here. He's so desperate, but we persevere. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is a sign of his desperation. He just punts me out of the way, and I go, what the hell are you doing? Here, I try to close him off, but it's not enough. He comes back down on the inside and tries to push me into the wall here. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, this guy's super desperate for this. Here we are, a couple of laps later here. We're trying desperately to get past this guy, as he is slower than me, but he is just putting his car in all the right places and sometimes doing some pretty unlegitimate maneuvers. But yeah, guy in a red suit here comes flying past, but he is obviously super fast. He tries to make it down the inside. The guy just squeezes him, and yeah. Now, as I'm losing ground to these guys, Jason Ford is up on my inside, and now I can only pray that he doesn't shove me into the wall. I very graciously let him past. I give a thumbs up to Marshall to say I'm all good. He doesn't need to give him a penalty. And we soldier on. Now here, the really fast guys are starting to come past me. Here, one of the juniors come past. Then this other guy tries to come past. I won't let that happen. Squeeze him to the outside, and he doesn't attack me on the inside. So let's see if we can try and hold on to this. Here we try and re-overtake that junior who passed us. Doesn't quite work as I'm on the outside. Now this guy down the inside tries to have a look, but he is not getting it. I am determined to try and rescue this race here, and I successfully defend from him. At this point, I've had enough of this guy's shit, and I'm gonna get past him. I try and ram him down the inside. I am absolutely desperate to try and get this place back. Now I am just gonna absolutely throw it down the inside here. And I just absolutely bully him to the outside because I am had enough of this shit, honestly. And he does bump me a bit, so I'm like, what the hell? And then he does this. This single-handedly wrecked my entire race. From down here, I tumbled and spiraled, and because I overtook him just as fairly as he overtook me, he felt the need to do this. He did receive a 5-second penalty, so I am pretty happy about that. And as we go on the final lap, he spins out. I'm very happy about this. And we cross the line in P8.